Hi everyone. I'm doing a decode of the Sacramento shooting that occurred on April 3rd, 2022. So this is a good overview of what has happened.
Get right to KTV's Jesse Gary live in our newsroom. He's following the latest developments in this breaking story. Jesse.
Good morning to you. And as you said, investigators say at least 6 people have been killed. A motive for the shooting has not been given. Let's take a look at our video. The scene, downtown Sacramento at the corner of 9th and K Streets.
Okay, so this is 9th and K. K is the 11th letter in the alphabet. This is 911.
Of the state capitol and near the Sacramento Kings.
Okay, so this happened right outside the 9th and K station, which is 911. It is a railroad crossing. I'll show you a better picture in a moment. So the railroad crossing, which is trans, is to cross. You cross the bridge to become kinged. And to cross the bridge, you must break the glass, Mercury, the mirror, the mind, in order to rise. And here you've got the crossing, you've got your XX, your IXXI. So you need to cross the bridge out of this duality, this matrix realm.
Golden One Center. This area
So this happened right next to the Golden One Center. Golden is representative of gold, the sun, AU, your authenticity. You must follow the yellow brick road. You must turn your lead into gold in order to rise, in order to ascend. So that's why it happened next to the Golden One Center.
Popular for nightlife with a light rail station, actually a mass transit hub, is there. Police are still blocking off the area. The crime scene, which stretches for several blocks. Gunfire reported around 2 o'clock this morning. That sent people running for their lives.
We had officers in the area that heard shots fired.
Okay, so this woman's name is Kathy Lester. The meaning of Kathy is an abbreviation of the name Catherine. Catherine stems from the Greek katharos, pure, catharsis. We're in the process of leavening, which is about catharsis or purging. You're purging or cleansing, so you need to return to purity, being pure. You have to leave the physical behind and purge all your negative, your lower chakra emotions. So that's what this trauma center is about. So that's why her name is Catherine, and her last name is Lester. Lester means fortified place. Fortified place is where your gold is stored. It is the fornix or the Fort Knox. That is where your purity is stored, your pure light, your Lucifer. That is where it is stored. So that's what that's about, and that's her role.
Police investigators say they do not have a suspect or suspects and ask for the public's help in identifying those involved in this. They also say people should avoid downtown Sacramento for the foreseeable future due to the ongoing investigation. The Golden State Warriors scheduled to play the Kings in Sacramento later today.
So you should avoid the area, but you know, it was just around the corner from the Golden One Stadium. So you got the Kings, Sacramento Kings. When you cross the bridge, you become kinged, anointed. You see through the veil. You speak with truth. You got your heart connected to mind. You become kinged. You become crowned. You are holy. And the number 22 shows up again. So April 3rd is 7, and then you got your 222, and it happened at 2:22 in the morning, and this is your 22 yet again. So one of the things that they've mentioned is to stay away from the area. If you are not allowed to go to the area, you're not allowed to see what's going on, right? So here we have a report that was made early in the morning by Luke Cleary. Luke is Lucifer, and Cleary again, Kathy, clear, pure. So Luke is your inner light, your Lucifer.
Changed positions. We are now on 10th and L Street. We are just across the street from the Capitol. And as we look up this street, you can now see the many evidence markers that are littering the ground.
Okay, so this is a better shot of the railroad crossing. You see the RR with the X in the middle, 2 tracks for your 2 pillars or your 2 paths, or your XX in the middle. And you've got another, what looks like a diamond pattern here in this railing. And you can see clearly the RR railroad crossing, the XX with the IXXI on the street, and all the blue markers. This man, he had his brother die from a police shooting a few years ago, 2018. His name is Stevante Clark, and his brother's name was Stevan Clark. It's basically the same name. It means Stephen. It means crown, wreath, garland, chaplet, crown of victory, victory, prize, honor, glory, that which surrounds, encircle, crown, wreath, tie around. So victory is tied to Venus. The crown is tied to the sun, is your gold, is your holiness, your halo. So that's what you get when you become crowned. Clark is derivative of clerk, and it is a man ordained in the ministry, a priest, a clergyman, priest, scholar, or student. Basically, this is someone who is on the path, who is going through the process of leavening, rising, getting on the yellow brick road to becoming holy. I keep recording this and then it doesn't get recorded. So this is like the 3rd time I've had to go through this, so I just want to get this done. So this lady is the mother of Sergio Harris, who has allegedly died in this tragedy. And this is Stevante Clark, who is a friend of Sergio Harris. And neither one of them are upset. And allegedly they've been there since 2:30 in the morning and haven't heard anything, and yet they do know that he's dead. So I don't know what they want to hear, and I don't really know why they're there instead of, the police station or the hospital or something. It seems odd to me that they would go to the crime scene and then they can't even go to the crime scene. They're stuck behind the yellow tape and have to talk to the media. So yes, they're standing in front of the tracks ahead. It's right over her head, and the cross is there, but also Taco Bell. Taco Bell is a symbol for the Bible, the Taurus field.
My son has a wife, he has children, all that. And all that's gone because somebody wanted to pull out a gun and just spray everybody up that's coming out the club. That is not right. Picking them off like they're birds or something, you know what I'm saying? It's awful. It's awful.
How many kids does he have?
He has 2 daughters. I have 2 granddaughters that are not going to see their father anymore because of this.
How old are they?
I can't even think right now. They're little kids. They're little kids.
Okay, so a grandmother doesn't know how old her grandchildren are of the son who just died, and she's not even upset. Doesn't look like she's been crying. His friend just died. He's not even upset. Doesn't look like he's been crying. His wife shows up.
Brother came and picked me up. My daughter called and they said there was a shooting, and they get down here.
Okay, the grandmother just said that he has 2 daughters who are young little girls. Now, okay, maybe she has a daughter from another father, but then the father would still be the father of this daughter. So this daughter has to be old enough to know how to use a phone, and also be out at 2:30 in the morning. This is an inconsistency, and it gets worse.
That's it.
Can you tell us about your husband?
So it was rather a simple decode, but I included quite a bit of evidence for it being a hoax for those of you who are not familiar with these sorts of things. Hopefully you found this useful, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.